What's up? Welcome to this week's episode of the Dirt Subies podcast. We've got a fantastic, wonderful, very special guest for you guys this week. My friend Sam, the Wandering Fozzie on Instagram, as you guys might know him. He was willing to come on to the show this week and kind of talk about his Forester build a little bit. I know he's a little self-conscious like myself. He said he hates his speaking voice, but I told him that, there's a lot of people who've found inspiration in his build. So I basically just said, I think people would love to hear from you. And if you're ever interested or willing to do it, I would 100% love to have you on. And so he agreed, and I'm super happy that he did. His build is super sick. Before we jump in, you guys definitely need to make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the Subi and You podcast for more Subaru related content. You can definitely go over and follow that podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Raf's got a huge collection of good episodes that you guys can listen to, and he's a good friend of mine, so I'd really appreciate if you guys would show him some love if you haven't already. Got to give a massive shout out to Melee Design Firm for supporting what we're doing here at the podcast. The way that they're supporting us is by giving you guys a 10% off deal for all the stuff in their store. And in order to get that discount, all you got to do is use the code DIRTSUBIES at checkout. They sell strut tower braces, battery boxes, battery tie downs. They sell batteries. I've been using their stuff for about 5 years and have absolutely been loving it. So let's go ahead and jump in to this week's episode. Dude, we are freaking live with the one and only, the Wandering Fozzie, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
right on. Thanks for doing this, man. I know you were a little hesitant at first, but I think this is going to be rad, man. So thanks for carving out a little time for me, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm in New England, so I'm in Western Massachusetts. So I am a little over a half hour from the Vermont line. So Springfield, Amherst, where a bunch of colleges are. I'm 2 hours outside of Boston. So kind of in the weird part of New England, Massachusetts that nobody goes to.
Okay. Well, hey, sometimes that's nice, man. It's It can be a little refreshing to be in an area that nobody goes to,
Yeah. You'll talk to somebody from Massachusetts, talk to them from Boston, they're like, we don't know anything about Western Mass.
I live kind of in the middle of nowhere, and I lived in Seoul, like South Korea, and Portland, and coming from two of the craziest places on earth, I was like, I think I'm ready to live somewhere that's a little bit more low key.
I live in a smaller city, but for me,
okay,
Western Mass in general is quieter than like the Boston or the East Coast of the state.
Well, can you tell us what kind of car? I mean, I know you have two Subarus, but what's the first and second one?
First one, it's one that's all over Instagram, all over my page mostly. 2015 Subaru Forester 2.5 ISS. That's the Ace model.
There you go.
I just called the bronze. I don't know the color code. You don't see that many of them in that color. And then the second one is it's what caught my eye.
Yeah, I love it.
And the second one is a 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Premium. Special number with it. It doesn't have the moonroof.
Okay.
It doesn't have the heated seats or the rear side blind sensors, what do you want to call it?
Yeah.
It's the cheaper Premium.
Okay.
I just wanted the touchscreen and the fog lights.
Hey, there you go.
And they found it for me. So
there you go, man. What was the kind of the thought process? You've already got a sick Forester. What was kind of the thought process of, okay, let's add another Crosstrek to the mix? What was that purchase process like?
Or my crazy idea behind it?
Yes, I want to hear it.
We just to say it out of pure necessity. There's a lot of times where I'd be going places, and with my Forester lifted and the way I modified it, I don't fit in some places. I don't fit in parking garages. I don't fit in smaller cities like Boston. I don't fit in places like Hartford, places where I'd just be going. And the Forester, it has its quirks, it has its issues. I've broken down it a handful of times. And I just got tired of always wondering, is it actually going to be reliable today? And now I purchased that car because I figured at some point the Forester will blow itself up.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll just have a reliable daily. I'll be happy. Or maybe I have done this. I leave it at someone's house in Vermont or something like that. That's where I'm going to go wheeling. I'll go up there. Or my dream is trip it out west somewhere and go wheeling out there for 2 weeks.
There you go.
So I just wanted to have something that I didn't have to worry about and have a warranty and have peace of mind. I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
Only thing I've done is wheels and tires and tint, and that's it. And I have my stocks. I have my stock wheels and tires in my garage.
There you go.
And if I ever want to sell it, just swap them on, and someone's going to bring new tires.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Going back to stock when you're selling a car, you'll get more money almost 9 times out of 10. Did your Forester, I might be speaking out of turn here, but I'd be willing to say it's one of the most modified SJs that I've ever seen personally. What was kind of the first, is that the first Subaru that you've ever modified, or?
It's the first Subaru I've owned.
Okay.
I gave you a little bit of the backstory. I came from a Ford Ranger. Had it lifted on 2-inch lift, 265s, the exhaust cut after the cab.
Oh, yeah.
10% window tint, blue LED headlights. I was really the epitome of a high school college douchebag.
Let's go, man.
At this point, I was on a on-call power company.
Okay.
And I was running all over. And towards the end of my time with the Ranger, I was helping run a fire department training association in the other end of my county. And with that, I was driving everywhere.
Yeah.
And that I loved that truck to death, but it was horrible on gas. Partially my fault. I got tired of filling it up all the time. Especially when I was driving an hour plus. So for me, I said, I need more space. I'm carrying a whole bunch of extra fire department stuff in my back. I have no space. It's a tiny cab and a half. I need more room. So I went out and bought my Forester. There's actually a dealership that sells salvage Subarus.
Okay.
One thing they do at auction, they fix them up, they're inspected, certified, and then they put them up for sale. Sold by me. So that's where I bought that from. It was cheaper at that point.
Yeah.
A lot cheaper than dealership.
Yeah.
So I bought that, and the necessity was I just needed something that would get me across my county, to the fire station, and actually leave me some gas for the week.
There you go. Save you a little money.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thought in all the space. Put the back seats down. I had my gear bag, got everything else I needed in the back, and I actually had space for some more people. So not squishing a tiny cab and a half anymore.
Exactly. And you got a bunch of dry storage instead of, truck beds, you can put a canopy on them, but it's not quite the same.
And then I sold my truck to some poor college kid, and I don't know what happened to it next.
Yeah.
It's been years.
Hopefully it's living a happy life in Ranger land somewhere.
Hopefully. It was a great truck. I just made it horrible.
Yeah. That's right up my alley. I love ruining cars. Were you already wanting to go down that rabbit hole with the Subaru, or was that like an afterthought where you got into it?
No, it was.
Okay.
Unfortunately, to my parents' belief, I was already trying to look up stuff on Instagram. That's when Discover Northwest Expeditions had their SJ modified. I can't think of the guy's name, so please forgive me. But okay. He had that all the custom front and rear bumpers and the tent on it years ago, and I'm like, that's what I want to do with mine.
Yeah.
And then, so as soon as I bought it, I put wheels and tires on it, cut the front bumper to trim it because again, I'm not very mature. So here comes the Sawzall.
That makes two of us.
Sawzall.
You cut it with a Sawzall?
Cut a Sawzall, a piece of trimmer stuff. We were very smart.
That's sick.
Cut the front. Hey, we had to make the tires trim without freaking hitting the bumper at turns.
Yeah.
Those tires are going on that car stock. They fit. They don't fit very well.
I love it.
We did that, and then put the nameless exhaust on it and tints, obviously, because all my cars get tinted. And then from there, kind of just started to go downhill. I went to my first Wicked Big Meet and got introduced to the Mountain Dew guys. Got up on the hill, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
and I started to go downhill from there.
Did you manage to get a 6-speed manual or the CVT?
I got the CVT.
Okay. How's your experience been with it so far?
So only let me down once.
Okay.
There's actually a picture of it on my Instagram, me getting winched up a hill. In 2022, Vermont suffered some horrible floods. And Vermont is my wheeling area. Mm-hmm. That's where I go. It's where my friends go. In my group, besides the person I'll mention later, I'm the only Subaru.
Okay.
That goes out and goes hard with Sequoias, Forerunners, old Land Rovers. I don't get me flying shit.
That's how I got my start too. I started going out with dudes and runners, so I totally get it.
Yeah. So for me, we were out scouting for an event that we always go to in October, pre-running. Mm-hmm. We had to pre-run all of our trails again because of the floods.
Yeah, it changes completely.
Exactly. So this trail was labeled an easy green. It was now a red that we changed it because it was straight up rocky.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's really embarrassing was a Jeep Renegade got up there and I couldn't.
Oh, dude. That is pretty rough.
The traction control kept kicking on. I think I could have definitely made it with enough momentum. Got up and bounced off some rocks and, trashed it probably, but that's fine.
There you go.
But the traction control kept kicking on. I would hold it off and it would still come back on. So the traction control is where it was stopping, wasn't letting me get enough momentum to get up.
God bless driver, or like, what do they call those? Like driver aids?
Like driver assist or something like that.
Yeah, that stuff is cool for the average person, but man, it really frustrates me when you're really in the middle of it and you need to not have it on.
I had rigs with winches front and rear of me, so I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah.
If I go out with those guys, a couple of them have big winches. They have no mind of pulling me out and then yelling at me for it later.
Yeah, that's been me on more than one occasion. How quick did the all the bumper and rock slider stuff happen?
I purchased my front bumper in 21.
Okay.
That got shipped to me. My friend, I put that on. That's pretty easy. And then did the rear bumper in 22 and the sliders in 24.
Okay.
Those both times I went down to him in Tennessee and had Matt, of course, Metal Works, put him on for me. Yeah. I didn't feel trusting myself drilling in my car.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt is he's a wild man with the fabrication stuff.
Yeah, he's now doing truck beds, and to see what the stuff he's making is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I know for a while he was doing just like strictly government contract work. Like that's where the money is, unfortunately. So I can't fault him.
Money. Yeah, no. He's a great guy, though.
That's the thing where when I heard that he was doing government contract work, I was like, oh, I would take that all day over people being like, oh, I totally want to buy this. But then when you tell them like, hey, it costs this much in materials, it takes me this amount of time to make it, and nobody else is doing it, it's going to be $3,000. They're like, oh yeah, I could do that. And then they don't want to follow through.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame him one bit. He's got a family to support, He's got to
absolutely
pay the way. Mm-hmm. Keep his kids and, keep himself going.
And honestly, man, you're and you said he shipped the bumper, right? He already had plans.
He shipped my front one. Mm-hmm. Picked it up at the airport.
Nice.
And then I drove down to him to get the rear bumper put on and the sliders.
Okay, I got you.
So I didn't feel comfortable in drilling into where he needed me to drill it, especially the rear one.
Yeah, I get that.
Drilling into the side, I'm like, no, Matt, you can do it.
Yeah, his bumpers are really cool because they're like they're part aluminum, correct?
It's all aluminum.
Oh, all of it is. Okay. Yeah. And you feel like you can slam on them pretty hard. They seem heavy duty.
They're drilled into the frame.
Cool.
But they're not coming off.
Yeah.
I have winched off both of them.
Okay.
Front and rear, kind of winched off. The front and the rear. Seeing one of my other pictures on my Instagram, what you don't see too far in front of you is a giant rock in the water. I was trying to avoid.
Yeah.
So I ended up sliding into a quarter of the pond.
Oh no, dude.
That was another trip with basically the big rig guys that being still young. This still make fun of me for. Sorry, I saw the rock and my front tire decided to wanted to go be a hydroplaning boat that day.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've been there more than once.
Oh, yeah.
My Forester, I sank that thing in a pond, so I sympathize. What kind of winch are you, hiding behind that bumper? It does have a winch?
Oh, I do not.
Oh, you don't? Okay, okay. I guess I
I
coulda
go with
just
people that
looked at
have
your
winches, and then if I need a winch and don't have it, I shouldn't be there.
yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. As capable as these cars are, I think there's some people where they just think, "Oh, this is the same as a 4 by 4," and there's situations where, "No, no, no, you need a 4 by 4 to help get you through this?"
There's how do I put this? I don't exactly like it that
Mhm.
companies such as Subaru sell these wilderness packages that gives people a false sense of confidence.
Yeah.
You saw that at first when the wildernesses came out, and somebody took it up a black pair run it in Colorado, I think, when they rolled it, and then
Oh,
when they did a bunch of
yes.
other stuff, some guy put it in a puddle and said, "Oh, well, I guess this doesn't have this much ground clearance too. You suck up water in your intake," and I blame
Mhm.
it on Subaru. It's like if you don't know how to go off roading, somebody can teach you. Just don't expect a factory ready production vehicle to do what
Yeah.
a lifted gladiators can do on 40s and tons. It's like
Exactly.
understand
Yeah.
what you bought.
Yeah, yeah. 40s and tons, that's the recipe
Yeah.
for really getting down.
Yeah, yeah. I think some of those commercials, and it's not just with Subaru, it's other brands too. They film these amazing commercials to get people's attention, but then they don't expect people. They expect people to have common sense. And of course, in this day and age, we don't have
Yeah.
common sense. They see, "Oh, I can do this on Instagram." They see somebody do it on Instagram who looks really cool, who might know what they're doing, and
Yeah.
then this people want to try it on a weekend, and they blow up their $40,000 brand new Outback Warehouse, and then they blame Subaru. It's like, no, you can't blame yourself. You did something you shouldn't have done. You could have done with asking people,
Yeah.
information or getting X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Yeah, and I also feel like, maybe I'm wrong in assuming this, but I feel like the Subaru community also has this idea that cars should never break. I'm like,
No,
"Man,
cars break.
I mean, every time I go out in the Jeep, we all break stuff every single time. When you take a car off the pavement, because our cars are just daily drivers, man. That's really what they're made to be. They're made to be
Yeah.
daily drivers, and you take them off road. Sorry, man. Any car of any make and model that's got CV axles, they're all going to break when you start locking up on rocks and just doing all the crazy
Doing
stuff that we do.
doing crazy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of crazy, you'll get some of the crazy guys like the Milton and how
Yeah,
he
yeah.
carries extra axles and extra parts,
Yep.
but those guys are absolutely going at it.
Yeah.
And it is so cool to watch. I'm like, nope, I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick to what I do. You can stick to what you do, and I will watch it for entertainment purposes.
Yes.
By the way,
Yeah.
you are awesome.
Yeah, Milton's definitely a maniac. I don't have the time, if I start breaking stuff, it's like, "Oh, crap, that's another 5 hours in the garage once I get home. I don't have time for that. I gotta work."
Yeah, I've damaged enough stuff. I'm good.
Yeah,
I take
yeah,
it easier now. It's
yeah,
not worth it.
yeah. Hey, let me ask you about your, wheel and tire setup. Are those tires the same tires that you first put on it, like that size and everything?
Yes,
Okay,
there are
are they
235s, 235s, 75 15s, talking
okay,
Wabik GT4s.
perfect.
And I bought the AT3s obviously when those were
Mhm.
yeah, back in
Current.
2018. Then I
Mhm.
upgraded the AT4s
Okay.
last spring.
Can I ask you a little bit about your experience with both of those tires? Kinda what you know, did they perform the way you needed them to, or did they have any pros and cons that you remember?
I don't have any cons.
Mhm.
Last last year when I was going to pick up the rock sliders in Tennessee, I got stuck in some almost like a tornado one storms,
Oh,
and I had to
crap.
slam my brakes on the highway. And there's a tree that fell across it, and those wild
Holy
peaks stopped on a dime. So I was very happy with those wild peaks. I needed new ones, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go get new tires. I need new ones really badly. And I'm going on a wheeling trip. I'm like, let me grab new tires before we leave for Tennessee.
Yeah.
You know, down them, they're getting pretty worn. They're like around that time-ish. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get new tires before I go. I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
That tree came down and there was...
Yeah, and that was in the 4s, right? The AT4Ws?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been very happy with them.
Okay.
I have them on the Crosstrek too. And they're absolutely amazing tires.
Yeah, I've yet to hear anything bad about them. They seem like a really good tire for what they are, man. I mean, yeah, they're not all season commuter tires, but I've never heard a single person say anything other than, wow, these really exceeded my expectations. They
just work.
Solid. Yeah.
They're a little bit loud on the Crosstrek.
Okay.
But that's because it's a small car and it's at stock height. And
yeah.
I slid a couple times on the stock tires in the snow on a Crosstrek. Because I used to live a lot further away than I do now for my job, and my job is essential. So we have to be in there, no questions asked. You don't have a choice. You're going to work. Yeah. So for me, I slid a couple times going to work. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is like I'm driving my work van. Wheel drive.
Yeah.
And now, I used to Tokyo drift my Ford Transit at 2 o'clock in the morning in the snowstorm.
Yeah.
I used to have a tiny little Connect. The streets weren't plowed. You could just whip that rear end out and go Tokyo drifting.
Yeah, let's go.
Nobody was out. It was awesome. But I'm like, nope, I'm getting tires on it. So I had the Sparkos. I was originally going to be getting a different car. I didn't. I got the Crosstrek. So I'm like, I had the Sparkos, throw 74s on them and slap them on. And that was pretty much how everything went.
Yeah, right on. And you guys, I'm imagining in that part of the country, you get a decent amount of snow, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
there's some places where it's like, there's a lot of folks who they've never even driven in the snow. You know what I mean? It's like foreign to a lot of people. And we don't get as much as you do, but we get a little bit. And people figure out real quick, oh no, my tires are hockey pucks. And usually it's too late.
First couple of snowstorms are always hell in the beginning of the year. People who don't know, I work for a towing recovery company. So when we do post-storm towing, we're towing 200 or 300 cars a night.
Holy crap.
I have to be the guy that manages the lot.
Okay.
So I have to be in. I manage the office. I manage the environmental aspects of the company. So I go to big accident scenes, make sure that the environmental side of it is being dealt with appropriately.
Yeah.
So there's no oils going to the storm drain or whatever the situation is.
I've heard some absolutely mind-blowing stories when it comes to towing, man. People
I got stories. Don't you worry.
People pulling cars off of roofs and stuff like that. Like, dude.
It never fails to surprise me.
What's the craziest? You told me about something pretty wild that you had to pull out or that you saw. What was it? Or well, there's probably a lot, but what's
I have to go back and I messages them. Sorry, I don't have time my head.
Yeah. What's kind of the weirdest thing that you've ever seen in terms of like how the heck did they do that?
This one's me pretty recent.
Okay.
We had a guy hauling a compactor on the back of a hot shot. So he had a compounder with a gooseneck on it.
Okay.
And he knew he was a certain height. Okay. He actually cleared the bridge, but the compactor stayed in the bridge.
Oh no!
This is the 4th one in about 2 months we've had.
What the fuck?
The company that makes them is a mile and a half down the street.
Okay.
They tell them to go this way. We tell them not to go this way because we know they're not clear.
Yeah.
Like, got my radio. I'm like, send me the rotator. It's in the bridge.
Yeah.
So at that point, we have to. It's a train track bridge. We have to shut down the Amtrak lines.
Okay.
So now that's the big money.
Yeah.
Because Amtrak now is to get involved, and the railroad police have to get involved, and the bridge inspector has to come out, and it's a whole entire 10,000 yards.
Yeah. What a headache, man. All because you didn't go the way.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That city has a lot of old, low bridges.
Okay. Yeah.
And people don't check their heights. And people just don't look. It says 5 signs. Each sign says, low bridge, turn here. And they just keep going.
No, I got to save 20 minutes.
Well, because the highway it's a quarter mile up on the left.
Okay.
So I can see the highway on-ramp.
Okay.
So they go, say, oh, my highway is right there.
Oh, man.
Doesn't surprise me anymore, dude.
Yeah.
I've worked here since 2017, and nothing surprises me.
Yeah.
Every accident I go to, I'm like, how? Why?
Yeah.
I see film, please. And just look at the camera and just understand how you manage this, because I have questions.
I was just talking to somebody, and we were like, man, I don't know if it's bad drivers or stupid drivers or just stupid people.
I think the stupidest accident we have been to was someone went off on a parking pole in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. And we're still not sure how that happened.
Straight up?
Almost straight up, almost a teeter-tottering.
What
on the parking pole. I'll show you a picture. I'll text you a picture after.
Well, sorry for taking you on a long tangent. I just thought that stuff was super interesting. Let me ask you about your lift. What are you running on that thing for a lift?
A 2-inch Anderson design with the multi-link spacers in the rear. Then I got the Philistine P6 struts and the Realtech standard height springs.
Did you install both of those at the same time, or did you do the struts and springs afterwards?
Struts and springs afterwards. Had the ADF on the original struts before. Okay. And then when I started off with the inch, I went to 1.5 inches, and I said I needed 2-inch.
What kind of motivated you to jump over to an overload spring?
I just have the standard height all around.
Okay.
I don't have the overload.
A little stiffer?
No, they're just the regular standard height ones. I just want upgraded.
Gotcha.
I bought the struts in 2020, and I bought the springs at the same time. They sat for like a year before I got them installed. I'm like, you know what? I have them. It is what it is. We're just going to run them standard height. Because the bumper doesn't weigh that much. So for me, it wasn't adding that much weight till I added the drawers. And then from there, the tent was already on. So it wasn't doing that much of a sag.
How did the B6s feel and handled? Was that like a noticeable difference in handling? Okay.
Yeah, I've been happy with them.
Okay.
I don't have any complaints. They've been smooth. They handle well off-road. They handle all the weight in the rear. They don't have that much as like a 4Runner would have, but you have some, the drawers and tent, the rear bumper. It's under, the bumper is under 70 pounds dry without the rear tire.
Okay, I don't think I knew that. That's impressive, man.
The front one might be 60, so it's not that heavy. So from there, the drawers are significant add weight though. Okay, I took those out twice recently, and they can feel it. The car comes back up in an inch or two. I'm like, oh, that's where my lift went.
Yeah. Can you actually talk about that drawer system a little bit? Did you make it or?
Oh, I made it. I've been wanting drawers for a while, and he's like, you know what? It's my last Saturday before I leave this job. There's a giant wood shop at it.
Nice.
Let's take advantage of it. So I went to Home Depot 2022 when everything was sky high.
Yeah.
I about had a panic attack when the cashier told me the price. So we did that. I torched them because I wanted to look, and then we stained them, and then I went and we used the wood from the dumpster to make the drawers.
Nice, I love that.
And then we did the slides, and then recently, Jamie the Subi, Sean, he works in a workshop. He helped me take out the slides and put locking ones in.
Okay, so they're not flopping out when you're at an
angle. I used to have a pillow that sat behind the drawers in my trunk door, so the drawers would hit the pillow, not hit my trunk. Kept hearing it every time.
If it works, it ain't stupid.
Nope, it worked. Put it right there. It didn't do anything.
That's
pretty nice and quiet.
Yeah. Little extra sound deadening.
Yeah, and then now they got locking ones, so I'm not complaining.
What all do you keep in that in the drawer system?
I keep my grill, my cooking, my butane fuel.
Okay,
actually reminds me, I got to put that in there now. There's a story behind that.
Okay,
I left to go camping a couple of weeks ago, and I got halfway up there, and I realized I left my butane fuel in the garage because it was in the weeks before. It was like 100 degrees out, and I thought these should not be in a hot car, so I put them in the garage in a bag away from everything else. I'm a former firefighter. I'm not trying to blow up my community garage, all right? I'm trying to put it nicely away where you can play happy in the cold, dark garage. So they got halfway up there and I realized I left them in the garage. So I went and got food that night.
Okay.
Brought to camp. But for me, all my cooking stuff, obviously I'll take like my food and everything, but it's my forks, spices, my cutlery, plates, bowls, bunch of other stuff like that.
Dude, this thing is sick. I'm looking at it right now. This thing is sick, dude.
Yeah.
I like it. And they're actually like tall drawers, not because I see some that are just like, that tall. What are you going to fit in that, Man, and what's up with the fridge setup you got back there?
So the fridge I bought Facebook Marketplace. Okay. And my mom thought, this is the stupidest thing ever. Why are you wasting money? The same thing she told me when I bought my rooftop tent, my first one. And now she's like, 4 times, she's like, can we use your fridge to bring food up to Aunt or whoever's house?
I bet.
Like, oh, now you want to play nice in the sandbox.
You want to use my stupid fridge? Sure.
Exactly. A Medic? Yeah, the Medic, I think it's a CFX 45, I think. Don't quote me on it. I don't know the makes and models of that.
Okay.
I bought it like 3 or 4 years ago, so it's been there for quite a while.
Is it powered by this power bank in here that you've got?
That is actually my dad's.
Okay.
I take it when he's not using it. He uses it about 8 times per year, and so I use it other times.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's cheaper than me buying one. It's cheaper than him having it sit in his shop for almost the whole year. I just don't steal when I need it. And bring it back when he needs it, and it works out.
Okay. Now, is that the only way that you power it, or do you power it using the starter battery if needed?
There's a cigarette plug right next to it.
Okay.
In the trunk. So I normally power it off that when I'm driving, when I'm camping, or example, at the car show, I'll plug it into the to the power station.
Let me ask you this. So I know you got a rooftop tent now.
Yes.
And you obviously don't have room in the back anymore to post up and camp. Was there a process to that? Did you buy the rooftop tent first and say, okay, now I've got all this room in the back, or was it crap, now I don't have any room in the back and now I need a rooftop tent? How did that go?
An old friend of mine in the Overland community who moved away, he called me at work one day and said, Sam, this guy's selling this rooftop tent. You gotta go buy it. I'm like, well, I'm at work right now. He says, oh, I'm gonna go pick it up. I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. Go. He used to have a big lifted Jeep in a trailer. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
So he picked up for me. I paid him back. He said, it's a really good deal. It was my first off show. I love that tent. It was great.
Okay.
I drove in it, secured the wrong way, facing the wrong way.
Oh,
so I didn't have crossbars. I just had the regular, and the side mounts on it.
Yeah.
So I took it off, put it in my dad's workshop, and then got crossbars for it.
Okay.
But I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
Yeah.
So it got like horrible gas mileage driving back. It weird as hell, but we got done. I did want the rooftop tent, and then I figured the drawers came after. The drawers came later. I had Walmart storage bins first. Shoved it in. I'm like, this is not working at all. I can't find anything. Nothing's easily accessible.
Yeah.
So like, I needed drawers and kind of just progression of what I wanted to do.
Okay.
That came out from that.
I really like the like clamshell style tent that you have on now. What is that thing?
That is a Cascadia Vehicle 10's 72-inch mount hood. Okay. I've had all 3 of my tents have been Cascadia Vehicle 10's.
Okay. I think they're actually based out here within driving distance from me.
They were in Bend, yeah. They were in Bend at one point.
Okay, that makes sense. Bend is like the ultimate. Everything related to overlanding is out in Bend.
Well, I lived out there for about a whole bunch of months.
That's right. Yeah,
in 2020.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, that was probably a crazy time to be in Bend.
it was. It didn't work out, but it was a cool experience, though.
Yeah.
It was a try.
Yeah.
Drove through Yellowstone in a blizzard. That was something else, though.
Holy fudge. Now, did you have the Forester when you were living out there?
Yes.
Okay. where all did you, or I mean, I don't know how much time you had on your hands, but did you get to take it out and explore a little bit
I did.
in that? Okay.
I knew some people out there, so we went out and explored and went camping.
Okay.
That was when I got laid off my towing job
Okay.
because everything went to shit.
Oh yeah,
And
man.
I was working at Amazon. Absolutely hated my life,
Okay.
but it put money in my pocket. It was the
Yeah.
only thing that was open. And I went down like, you know what? I have friends. I've been out there twice already. I have contacts. I rented a room. I rented like a back part of a house, or
Okay.
like a separate but attached, and it had all the furnishings. I just brought my own stuff. And they're
Nice.
like, I lived out there, worked at some grocery store. I hated it, but I was
Yeah.
trying to make like a go of it.
Yeah.
And I went
Yeah.
out there, wheeled, camped, had a great time, but just some way with all the numbers, and I'm like, this is not going
Yeah.
to be feasible.
No, you know what though? Respect to you, because most people have never picked up and moved even within 50 miles of where they grew up.
Yeah,
They spend their entire life in a like little tiny radius of where they were born, and
yeah, I
that's
know.
it.
There's so much more of this country to explore.
Yeah, yeah, man. The world, and just meeting different people is because I told you I lived in Asia for a little bit. That was just like a mind-boggling experience to meet, people from all over the world. Sometimes it's nice to come home.
It just with the numbers that this is not
Yeah.
putting money in my account.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to
This
find a
is
new place. My rent thing was up, and I'm like, no,
See
sorry,
ya.
but not sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, man. What was your most favorite thing about living out there?
10 minutes to desert, 15 minutes to mountains. You
Yep.
get literally go off work, go home to shower, and go play in the snow in a half hour.
Yep.
I have
Did
friends
you
out there. Yes, I'm sorry,
Okay.
I cut you off.
Nope, nope. This is all about you, man. You can go ahead, brother.
I said I had a friend to text me, get off work, go home, shower, we meet at this gas station. We go wheel in the snow for 2 or 3 hours. Then come
That's
home,
sick.
pass out, take another shower. So
Yeah.
somebody got stuck, and then we go
Go
find
get
some
them
food
out.
and go home and get up and go work in the morning.
And the snow in Bend is so like light. It's perfect for
Different, yes,
Subarus. It's
yeah,
oh,
completely different
I
snow
love
than
it.
out here. Out here is the
Yeah.
heavy, wet snow, and it's just kind
Hmm.
of causes problems.
Yeah. Yeah. So where I live now, I live I, I might be willing to say it's a similar climate to Central Oregon where you were at, like Bend, and it's just like that, man. You get out into the snow in the winter, and it'll be -10 degrees or whatever, and it's just like cold sand.
Yeah,
It never packs down. It's, you get out in it, and it's just like you're swimming, trying to like get around to hook up like a or like a recovery point to tow
yeah,
yourself out. It's like, dude, okay,
it
I'm ready
was.
to go home. That whole area is really beautiful though, man. Like Smith Rock and all that stuff. And
Oh yeah, I've been there. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to see
it's
the good stuff.
it was beautiful out there. I loved it. Just hey, I got tons of pictures, so that's what I can look
Yeah.
back on.
Oh yeah, and
And
like I said, you did it, and
mhm.
you you gave it a shot and decided to see if it would be the next step. And now it's not. You're not going to be 80 years
Yeah,
old looking back and be like, man, I wonder what would have happened if I lived in Oregon for a little bit.
oh exactly.
I don't remember who I was talking to. I think it was at the Overland Expo, and they were, I was asking them a little bit about their Subaru, and they were like telling me, yeah, man, I was following this dude, the Wandering Fozzie, and his build is sick, and it just got me like super pumped. And so I just wanted to shout you out for that, man. You're out here
I appreciate
inspiring.
that.
Yeah, I wish I could remember.
I'm not even posting that much, but I must be doing something right.
Hey, man,
I just
that's
post whenever I
okay.
want to. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's really, yeah, yeah. You can tell sometimes people are just looking for excuses to post, but
Oh, I got
what?
pictures. I just don't have motivation to post them.
Oh, that's how I am every day when I got to wake up and get out of bed.
Yeah, I think Instagram is a great tool, but I think
Yes.
also can be very much a dangerous one.
Oh, 100%.
I
Time
think it can
suck, man.
be there's pressure by people to post, and then just fear that is pick your Instagram accounts or whatever everyone gets like intimidated. It's like, I people want to know, it's like, we're going to post this day and this day for this company sponsor. It's like, no, just go out and enjoy your car and just sit there and be happy your friends go do it with, and just sit back and enjoy it. I don't have any sponsors. I never will. I never have. I just belong. I don't want the requirements. I don't want the expectations of doing this or doing that. Nope.
Yeah.
It's fun about poor idiots making poor decisions. That pays me.
Hey, man, that's how memories are made right there. All the good stories start out with like, I wonder if this will work.
No, I'm just like, my rear bumper, I paid for it out of my commissions. I put money away each week. I get paid for my commissions on call.
Okay.
I put that money in a separate account, and that's what bought me my rear bumper. Gotcha. So I call it my accident rear bumper because that money came straight to me, and it went straight towards car mods.
God bless.
Yeah, a lot of money I get is straight from me doing on call, so I can justify spending that's my extra money.
Yeah. God bless all the people who had to wreck their cars for the rear bumper, but let's go.
I'm honest.
I wanted to ask you, obviously a lot of people, they just see what you're doing, and I mean, you're just doing it because you like it. But when you first started, kind of getting into the whole, ruining cars, did you have, were there any specific people that you kind of looked at and got inspiration from? I know you said you were at a Subaru show, but what was kind of your inspiration as you went through that process, or were you like me back in the day when there was nobody and just had to figure it out?
Well, as I said before, Discover Northwest Expeditions was the first SJ I saw that was modified. Yeah, I still have pictures around my iPad somewhere. I don't think he has it anymore. I don't know if that page is active. I don't know. I haven't followed him, but he was when I had my first SJ. He was the first one that I saw of his Forester custom bumper. Just said, "Ooh, what's he doing with that?" And that was my like, oh, this could be freaking dangerous. So other people too. I'm not going to remember names. So if I don't say anybody, I'm sorry. But it's like, over the years, it's been just like a lot of people, I guess. And it's also been more of the fact of, I'm going to do this for myself. I'm building this for myself out of my own pocket. I'm building this to make myself happy. And I don't care what other people think. That's very much I'm going to help you. I will definitely talk. I just, too many people build cars these days for social media aspect, and I build it because I like what I put on it, or I like what I don't put on it, or I like how I did this, and at the end of the day, it comes out of my own credit card check I'm paying for. So
it's not real life, It's not real life, and some people I think forget that sometimes. But I think the guy that you're talking about, he was he had an SJ, and then Rob had the SG.
He had a white one,
Yeah, Rob had that
both
SG.
of them too, SG and the SJ.
Yeah, I think they both went over to the dark side, over to the Toyota crew.
I'm pretty sure. But in the beginning, that was my inspiration, was those cars, because first ones I really saw was trending on, Instagram all those years ago, back in 2018. I'm like, ooh.
Well, I think it's Runner Rob now, but it used to be Subaru Rob. He was one of the first people that I saw actually like documenting his stuff on social media, as far as like all the mods he was doing, and actually, I mean, he was beating the piss out of that SG.
Oh yeah.
They've seen the majority of Oregon and Washington in those things. It's pretty rad. Has it ever, those dudes, obviously they kind of pushed their Subarus to a point and then decided to move over to something with a true 4x4 drivetrain. Is that something you've ever considered, or are you like me and you're like, oh no, Subaru in the driveway for life?
I think I'll always have the Forester. I don't know if I'll always have the Crosstrek as daily. I think about other cars like everyday use, maybe non-Subarus, the daily, but for my camping off-road rigs, I'll probably keep the Forester. Yeah. And some people have told me I should go out west, find a rust-free 14
Yep.
to 18 Forester. Come up
There you
here,
go.
swap the parts on the weekend, and shove that chassis into a junkyard somewhere and call it a day.
Yep.
Mine is getting pretty rusty underneath, and I'm like, I could probably extend my life by finding a car, an exact Forester, swapping everything over from like Texas or South Carolina with rust-free chassis.
Yep.
Just no one can tell the difference. It'll be the same exact color, same exact everything.
We'll keep it a secret. I was going to ask about that a little bit. The rust. I mean, I know you guys have to deal with a lot of salt brine and stuff on the road.
Oh, that's awful.
It's so bad, dude. It pisses me off to think about, because I'm like, man, those are perfectly good cars that are just getting eaten alive for no reason.
It's so bad.
Yeah. I asked Shane this, PYP Dad Wagon. He lives on the East Coast. But do you have any like procedures? I know you put it away in the winter, but have you tried any like rust mitigation procedures or anything like that?
I bought the car for $12,000 in 2018 as a salvage title. If it rusts through it, we even had trouble putting the sliders on because my underboards are so rusty.
Okay.
If that thing just eventually decides it needs to rust through something,
yeah,
I'm gonna strip it, sell it to the auto salvage yard we do a lot of work with, and I'll figure out my next game step. It's like not trying to say it's not gonna go away, but at the same time though, it's not worth me financially putting a whole bunch of money into something I know is already way beyond trying to put a whole bunch of body work into and trying to fix or do any mitigation. I wash it, but that's about it.
Okay.
But I wash it on time anyway, so.
What's your opinion on all like the fluid film stuff that people use out there? Does that work for you guys, or is it just so hardcore that there's not, you just cross your fingers and hope you get a few years?
I think there is some truth to it, but I think you have to do it like every year, and I think not everyone does it every year. It pains me when I go up my street to my work. You have to pass at the highway garage.
Yeah.
You can see them pouring the brine into the back of the plow trucks.
I mean, I know it works, but they use a different type of de-icer out here, and which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
But we don't get the same type of snow. It doesn't last as long. So I get it. And my guess is it's cheaper, and who knows? There's a reason why I'm not the DOT guy, but
yeah, me neither.
It's pretty painful though to think about, like, oh, there goes 70,000 frame rails, a bunch of fenders. Like, that's gonna kill a lot of cars.
It keeps all body shops in business, I tell you that.
Yep, cutting
and welding,
and throwing some Bondo in there, and
there was a talk one time about the DOT actually changing the brine because they're finding out it's going through the pickup truck beds way too quickly. And they're like, nope, we'll just spend more money on taxes putting new beds on the trucks and actually fixing it.
Yeah, they don't care about our cars, but they care about their own.
Yeah, their trucks. So last year, my highway garage by me got all brand new F-250s, and I've already seen 2 of them in the shop already.
Of
so
course.
I'm like, I think I'm bringing new rust-free beds where we have to get inspections every year to make sure our vehicles aren't too rusty.
Isn't that crazy?
Potholes.
Yeah, that's what. Again, I was talking to Shane about that, and he's like, it's total bullcrap because we have to pass an inspection to make sure our cars are structurally sound. And if you have a little bit of rust on the car, they're going to be like, oh, a little bit of rust on the frame rails. Like, you're going to have to get that fixed, or you're going to have to junk this thing. And it's like, this is your fault. Man, I'm super lucky. I live in an area where they don't do inspections. They don't give a fudge. I mean, you could probably put a VIN number on a lawnmower and drive it around.
That's how the state next to us is Connecticut.
Yeah.
But they don't have inspections. But then you drive around there, you see the horrible cars that are on the road, and you're like, at that point, I'm kind of glad we have inspections because at some point you got to have road safe vehicles and not the piece of junk that driving up and down the roads down there. And it's just like, there has to be a happy medium. I don't know what that medium is.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You got to find like some kind of a balance where you know, you don't feel like you're getting shafted every year when you got to go get an inspection. But yeah, at the same time, it is a little scary. Some of the cars you see out there, you're like, man, that thing is going to fall apart at any moment. Let me get away from you.
Yeah.
What would be some of your, I guess, top 2 or 3 mods that either you found the most utility out of or that you're most proud of that that you have on the car?
I have to say tires is one of them
There you go.
because you can have the most coolest rig, you have the most best everything. You ain't going anywhere without some good tires.
Yeah.
I'm gonna combine all my tents into one. So my
Okay.
tent, because it doesn't
Yep.
matter what it's on, you can still sleep in it.
Mhm.
And then third, what's my third one? In my fridge, because I can bring. It doesn't matter like what it is. I can just bring the food in it. It's
Yeah.
air.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my best three over the years. It doesn't
Heck
matter
yeah.
what vehicle it's in. It can just it works.
Yeah, and you could transplant it if you ever
Yeah.
needed to or wanted to. Okay. Heck yeah. And then, yeah, I mean, I know the list is probably pretty crazy, but what all do you have on that thing? I know we covered the tires, we covered the lift kit and all that. I know you got
Full
more.
force. Yeah, full force metal works. Front and rear bumpers, along with the sliders. Front bumper. I had at camp cut out the holes in the front for the SS3s for the
Okay.
fog lights. So I sent an email to Tire Dynamics, got the measurements, sent them to him
Nice.
so I could tie them into the brackets he made for me.
Nice. I love that.
There's a tie in my fog light, so that's my fog light
Okay.
button.
Okay.
No, 2.5s are not supposed to have fog lights. If you take the front bumper off and look behind the pillars,
There
there's
they
the plug
are.
already there.
Yep.
All I had to get is a relay and a button. So you
Yep.
can. You should do a little bit of work. And
Yeah.
then SS3s on the front hood with the ADF mounts.
Nice.
Those just range a single switch on off. A car guy's garage, custom lockout shifter,
Okay.
diode dynamics inside and out, LED bulbs with the tailor's turn. So my brake light is my turn signal, and
Oh,
my extra
okay.
tail light, my extra turn signal is my extra reverse light. I have 4 reverse lights now.
Okay.
I bought it used. Some guy was selling it upstate New York at a kit for average price, and I'm like, sure, I want one, but I'm not buying full price for the kit, so I'll buy this.
I'll be right over.
He got my house about 2 days later, and then
Yeah.
automatic fridge, drawers, all my camping stuff, the awning with the tent,
Nice.
and then the bracket for the rear tire. So I put that mount on the rear bumper that sits up high. I think we pretty much covered all of it, all of my mods. I don't have that much people think I do. A lot of
Well,
it
you
is on
got
the outside, it's just physical.
yeah, yeah. Well, I gotta say, man, I like how those diodes complement the bumper. That looks sick, dude. I like that a
Thank
lot.
you. I need someone to help me make a set for brackets for the rear. I'm
Okay.
going to tie them in. I
Yeah.
hate those. There's 2 cubbies for them. He
Okay.
made the cutouts. I just hate that they're empty brackets. And if you look at my rear, there's a hitch and there's a step in the hitch. For the
Okay.
exact reason. So I can step on the step on the hitch, and I step on the bumper, and that's how I open and close my tent.
Oh,
Gets me
gotcha.
up higher.
Yeah.
So I stand on top of my rear bumper.
I feel like rear bumpers don't get nearly the same love as like front bumpers, but they have way more utility to them, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
Did Matt build that swing out for the tire, or was that something that you added later?
No, he built all that.
Okay. Oh, dude, it looks
He built me the
so good.
bracket too for the to hold the tire up there.
Got some nice locking handles.
Yeah,
That's
I
rad.
don't have any complaints about it. When in the beginning of me having it, one of the screws came off one of those locking handles, Okay. And from this point on, it's never going to be an issue since. It made an issue twice in the beginning, and then that was it.
Yep.
Been years, it hasn't moved one bit.
I'm like, did you Loctite it down?
Put some WD-40 and a bunch of other stuff on it, and then
there we go.
It just hasn't caused me an issue. Every time they get a little bit squeaky, WD-40.
Boom.
It's nice and quiet again.
Okay, so I got to ask you about the absolute carnage on the passenger side. Every time I see this, I love it, but I got to hear the story behind it.
So I had 2 trees and a rock on my side, and the both my mirrors folded in because it was so tight to get out this trail. Yeah. And all I heard was crunch.
Oh, dude.
So I bashed it. I took my panel off, took the speaker out, used the pry bar at my best friend's house, and we pried it back out. So it made it look somewhat halfway decent, and then
that's been that way ever since. It back out.
Yeah,
dude,
we popped it out. Took a pry bar in the speaker hole and pushed it back out.
Dude, that's so awesome. But when I see trail damage on any kind of an off-road modified car, I'm like, yes. As long as everything still functions afterward, I'm good.
It still does. It still locks. It still closes.
Okay.
It's only cosmetic. No rain if snow gets in. It's fine.
Hey, let me ask about the 235/75, your tires. Was there any difficulty fitting those on the car?
In the beginning, yes.
Okay.
I had to trim a bunch in the front.
Okay. Off the front bumper?
Yes.
Okay. Did they rub against the pinch weld area in the rear?
I trimmed so much better. I believe they did in the beginning. I became very good friends with some tools and trimmed as needed. At one point, my front bumper was held up with zip ties.
Mine too.
So you'll see zip tie holes in the front body bumper because I drove into the car to put the zip ties there because I was stupid.
Okay. On the front fender.
Yeah,
I see them. That's sick.
So they did require trimming if you want to run stock.
Okay.
But once I got it lifted, and obviously now the front bumper, there's no issues.
Okay.
The only thing I had to change when I got the full force metalworks on there was the windshield washer reservoir relocating and get the pump motor to work and all of that wonderful Subaru off-road jazz.
Where did you end up? Did you relocate the stock one somewhere, or did you just use like a bottle?
I used the aftermarket one.
Okay.
It's like yay big.
Okay. Oh, that's bigger than what I got. I'm using a bicycle water bottle. I just screwed it.
It's bigger than that. Right there. So now every once in a while I have to put some more in it.
Yeah.
And one of my 2, I guess the jets, things that spray the nozzle fluid onto your windshield, nozzle sprays the wrong way. So I don't really care. So packed windshield. It's on the list of eventually getting care about, but I don't care enough today to get it fixed.
Are you running skid plates at all? Or are you just raw dogging it?
I'm just raw dogging
it. Man, you're crazy and I love it.
I have I paid for it. Shoved my exhaust into my drive shaft multiple times.
Oh, shoot.
One day came off a trail. Again, the bigger idiots because I like to torture myself.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the hell is an orange? It's got a radio. I'm pointing to a general store. So we pointed to a general store. Again, the guy with the red gladiator that beat me up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Michael, do you have a pry bar? He looks at me and says, yes. Michael went at the other one and would pry my exhaust on my drive shaft again. It's like grabbing it. 10 minutes pushing it off so we could drive home without hitting
it. What did you smash it on?
I don't know.
Okay.
Obviously, there's something that pushed a rock that pushed it just enough that.
Yeah.
Now I pushed my exhaust way on the other side, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But
okay.
I never hear the noise, and I kind of exactly what that sound is. Exhaust in my jack shaft.
That's a very common saying in my household. Oh, I wonder what that sound is.
I'm not surprised anymore. It doesn't even surprise me. It's like, oh, okay, you know what? It is where it is.
You just run it.
Yep.
Is this?
I have a skid plate.
The hill.
The one I had to get winched up. Yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty gnarly, dude.
That's one of the red Jeep Renegade. I got up and I couldn't, and that pissed me off so much.
That's crazy. Okay, sorry, I accidentally cut you off, man. My bad.
No, you're good.
Let me ask you this. I know a lot of people are just being silly and just making jokes. Um, but in the Subaru community, I actually really hate the idea that there's like this, people think there's this like, oh, we got to make fun of like real off-road cars. Oh, people in Jeeps, they're gay or, whatever. And, I feel like I've learned so much about off-roading by getting out with people in straight axle swap Toyotas or, Gladiators, TJs, YJs, XJs, whatever. That's where I've learned the most. What are your thoughts on that? Because it sounds like that's kind of who you're out with the majority of the time.
Yeah. I am normally out with the pig. I'm going to call them like the big boys. Because normally that's when the only Subarus in the group. I pull up and everyone's like on the radio, what's this Subaru doing? And I'll explain in a second how I got involved in that whole entire group. But to get back to your question, I do feel there is going to be some hate, some like people like. I think they're going to find that in any group though. In any
100%.
In any, there's going to be that in sports. There's going to be that in racing. And be that in anything you have.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, there's going to be people who just are either jealous or frustrated or whatever their cause is. I've seen people in the training community make fun of Jeeps and say, dude, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
You're not better than anybody else. You're not, you're not better than the next person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but lift a cross right that you absolutely beat the shit.
Yeah.
It's not funny. You making a TikTok reel and bashing Jeeps in the same event we're at. It's like, dude, no, that's not appropriate. That puts you in a bad light. But
I agree.
Again, people should be, aware from their own actions.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you said, there are always, there's always going to be somebody in the Jeep group that's going to make fun of the Subaru. And it's just like, no matter where you go, you're going to get that. But if you roll into every interaction with a group of off-roaders, like four-wheel drive people with a bad attitude or with this preconceived notion, it's just like anything, man. If you roll into it with that mindset, that's what you're going to get. But man, I've had nothing but like some of my best memories in the Subaru have been out with, like you said, the big boys. Because it's like, well, now I get to push the car and somebody can pull me out.
Exactly. I mean, there's a difference between playful bashing, and making fun of. Yeah. When I got winched up and when I got pulled out in the mud, yes,
everybody's giving you.
They made fun of me. Exactly. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And I think some people that difference confused.
Yeah.
I think that there needs to be a line over it's like that. But at the same time, though, I learned from them. We all have different vehicles. I have to take a different lines than the locked Land Cruiser in front of me.
Yes.
On 35s.
Yeah.
There is that major difference of how my line's going to go versus how his line's going to go. So I'm going to be moving a little bit slower because I'm picking out, which way I want to go. I'm watching how his vehicle reacts over everything.
Yeah.
But no, if I need help, the crew I sometimes go out with, and nobody makes fun of me.
Yeah.
I've earned my keep in that.
Yeah. Yep. Yes.
I've proven myself.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's been one of the most rewarding things for me, getting outside of the Subaru bubble and wheeling with people that I really have no business being around in a Subaru. But most people, if you have a good attitude, most people are just like, yo, you just did that in a Subaru. That's so sick,
Yeah.
And it is a little more fun to push like a non-capable Subaru up something where you're like, oh, I don't know if this is going to make it. But in the Jeep, I'm just like, you close your eyes and just crawl up it without even thinking. But,
it's having gives a little bit more anxiety sometimes. Like, once or twice to put my head out the window under the car, and I'm like, "Are we good?" I don't like to look at that rock.
We might be totaling out the car today.
Last year, there's this event I go to in Vermont called the Pilgrimage.
Okay.
And it's a 4-day, 3-night. Thursday, no, it's it'll be a 5-day, 4-night. Basically, camping, off-roading, and a wheeling event.
Okay.
You show up to camp. You're given all the trails on the app, and then you can go out and do whatever you want to do. And I'm usually one of the few Subarus there, so I sometimes that's how I got involved with who I got involved with. Okay. And usually it's Sport Runners, Jeeps Galores, Suzuki Samurais.
Yep.
Unimogs on tons.
Yep.
Oh, I can send you pictures galore. Don't you worry.
Please do.
Earth Roamers.
Sick.
Towing. 1960s Land Rovers. Oh yeah.
That's tight.
Earth Roamer. Have you heard of Drive the Globe?
No.
This guy's giant orange military truck they turned into a camper. Sick. He was there once or twice.
Okay.
He's out east. I'm sorry, he's out west.
Okay.
Where the thing actually belongs, because it was way too big for New England.
Yeah.
We just have some crazy, and then that's just how I got involved with everybody out there.
Yeah.
And so I was the only few Subarus. The other guy and I, as I showed you, Pete, who was, we two dirt roader, Subaru I'm always with. Him and I are usually the only two Subarus that go. Because we're good friends with the guy who runs it. I'm good friends with a lot of people that go there. So, we usually, in this year, we actually started a new color for our color codes.
Okay.
Yellow. For all-wheel drive trails. We're running the all-wheel drive trails this year.
Okay.
We guided them last year, and we're doing official color on the trails on the app that we use.
Okay.
For yellow, so we're going to host some more. We did one day last year. We did 200 miles on the yellow trails. All the way up to Vermont, New Hampshire, all the way to New Hampshire.
Okay.
And came back.
That's sick.
Everyone's like, oh, we did 5 miles on a hard trail. We winched all day long and dragged. Well, we did almost 100 and some odd, 200 miles on one day. And you're like, you don't live in New Hampshire? They're like, how?
Yeah.
We're not on some trail that goes like this.
Yeah.
all day, dragging XJs on.
Yeah.
God knows what.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, fine by you. But for me, I prefer to go places and not break shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it is fun to, to see more stuff. And Subarus are perfect for that. Seeing more things on more mild trails. That's actually a lot of fun, man. Like,
it is.
Getting out there and being like, cool. I just, like you said, I did 74 miles yesterday and didn't see the same thing twice. It didn't stop.
Nope.
Yeah.
The only reason we stopped that day was the bridge I was supposed to be working was closed. Where do we go from here? The GPS tells us to go, and I am not Dukes Hazzard in the Charger over this bridge gap. Sorry.
Yeah. What app do you guys use? You guys use Onyx or?
Yeah, Onyx, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually have to re-download it. I haven't downloaded it yet for this year, but
there's
normally I know by heart where we go usually, or we'll pick it up, and Pete will bring his tablet. We'll have it all up there on the dashboard, and
there you go.
So much more convenient that way. We just scout out trails.
I think a lot more people need to actually get Onyx off-road and utilize it. It's super, super useful, man. It's like I mean, Gaia is cool too, but I feel like the paid version of Onyx off-road, it's got so many capabilities, being able to like plan out your route, and it just seems like it's labeled so much more accurately. I love it.
Oh, it's great. And what we like about it is for the event is we can instantly update it. So let's say we go down a trail and we find out that it's actually not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We can
color
change it or close it, and now everyone that uses that map will see that it's updated or closed or whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
To not go down there or whatever it is.
Yeah, I love that because I've been out there and I've looked at it, and you'll see like snow updates from the same day. You're like, whoa, heck yeah! Like, maybe don't go there today. We'll save that.
Yeah, we actually can't do snow wheeling in Vermont.
Really?
The trails closed around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
They turned to snowmobile trails. The
Yeah.
snowmobile association takes over.
Yeah.
So that's why we end their wheeling around Thanksgiving, and it's kind of the unwritten but written rule, quote for quote.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of stops around that day and kind of split it, stop, and so we take advantage of it as soon as we can, you know.
Yeah.
I'll still go up camping, but I just won't go up hitting the trails because, you know,
Okay.
we try to be the ones that, you know, are not disrespectful. There's always a few idiots up there.
Yeah. Every time. Well, I think they do that out here too on certain land where it's the same thing. The snow machine clubs, they pay like however much money it is to groom the trails, and that's, you know, they shut them down and gate them so that I can't remember, it's like 48 inches wide and smaller or something like that. It's kind of frustrating, but I get it. You know, they're paying money to maintain the, you know, the corduroy.
I have no problem going camping in the snow. So
How warm is that tent during like winter months?
it's pretty well.
Okay.
I can be in a sleeping bag and have a heavy blanket and
Okay.
be having to take layers off. I think it's hot in there.
No
I have to
kidding.
crack the window. Yeah,
Okay.
crack the screen. Because it absorbs your body heat pretty quickly. I've camped in snow and rain and been perfectly dry and perfectly warm up there.
Okay.
Where I'm like, all right, I need to put this blanket to the side. I'm cooking right now.
Do you guys have any wildlife out there that's a little bit questionable that being in the tent sort of gives you that peace of mind?
Yes, there are bears and wolves and moose, and, you know, you bring the appropriate items to, you know, ward that off.
Cordless hole
But
punchers?
yes, I haven't encountered any.
Okay.
But you're in nature. You should be
Yeah.
able to expect that at any point. You know, you're in the animal's environment. You're in.
Yeah.
They're providing a food source that they can smell. You're going to be, whether you're cooking or whatever, you're still giving off odors and scents. You're going to be having something that could attract you.
Yeah.
So I think you should always be prepared, no matter where you are or what you're doing. Have common knowledge that you are in the animal's environment. Whether you see it or not is a different question. But if you're outside camping and you're cooking and you have trash or whatever, the wind blows, it's going to carry that odor for a long time. You should just be, situationally like aware.
Yes. Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think the more I think about it, you know, I used to just like grab a sleeping bag, throw it on the ground and go to bed. But man, now that I'm a little older and I've seen more stuff, you know, we have mountain lions out here. Those things scare me to death, dude.
I'm all set with that.
Dude. And I don't care, you know, I'm also a cordless hole puncher, you know, enthusiast. And I don't care how many cordless hole punchers you got, you are not stopping a mountain lion that's already set its sights on you, waking you up out of the middle. You're done, dude.
Yeah.
Game
I
over.
think that if the pens do have the advantage, because worst comes to worst, I could rip that ladder off and leave it on the ground.
Yeah.
That becomes your height advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll climb out that trunk. I don't really care. I can climb out the back and slide my way down my back glass and jump on my rear bumper.
Yeah.
It will not be graceful, but we can't get it done now.
That makes two of us, man. I don't move very gracefully anymore. What kind of advice do you have for people that, you know, because there's a lot of folks out there. I know there's a lot more info out there now. But what kind of advice would you have for people that are, you know, they just bought a new Subaru or whatever kind of car and they want to get out and kind of explore a little bit? What would be the first couple things you would tell them to outfit themselves with? And then what kind of tips would you give them for being able to safely go off road?
I think the first thing is have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Look for where you're going to be going. Understand that, are you going to the state forest in your town? Are you go camping for one night? Maybe check out some of the forest roads. If you're going somewhere, even if you're going to be with this and you're going out, which please go do.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the same old hiking trick or the same old boating tales, let somebody know.
Yes.
Say, hey, camping for a night here. I'm going up on the water. I'm going up scuba diving and fishing and swimming. With that, and it's like kayaking. We'll be out kayaking. We'll be back in an hour. And then maybe something, God forbid, something goes wrong. Somebody at some point is aware that you're overdue or whatever the situation is,
and where to find you.
In case you do need help.
Yeah.
So for me, just go slow.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with saying, I don't feel comfortable on this trail and I can't afford doing this, and turn around. There's nothing wrong with pulling off to the side, going down the road you're not sure of, and just walking it.
Yeah.
How many times have we done that? Walked? Since something feels weird, we pull off, we walk it before we go down, because in Vermont, the trails are very tight and you don't always have a spot to turn around. Sometimes you can always back out.
Yeah.
So go slow, have a plan, don't go outside your comfort limits. Again, that's where I come back to with the Subaru using the ads of the car splashing through the mountains and going through the puddles. Like,
yes,
gives you this false sense of confidence. I feel that people don't have.
Yeah,
and it gives people this stability of, I can do it because the dealership shows us we can do it. The company shows we can do it.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's how people get hurt.
Yeah.
I think just one set of tips is like, just be situationally aware.
Mm-hmm.
Go slow. Look at what's around you. Look at your own limits. There's a point where you and I didn't know how to wheel. You know what I'm trying to say? There's nothing wrong with being a beginner.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with people saying, hey, showing up joining a club saying, I don't know. There's nothing wrong with being, hey, I'm new at this. I don't want to take my car out. Can I ride shotgun with somebody and watch and learn?
Yeah.
Maybe you go up in the front and you watch how 8 vehicles conquer. You get an idea. You sit inside. You watch how somebody, steers it, whatever the situation is. Somebody brand new doesn't want to scratch their brand new vehicle. Okay, jump in one of ours. We'll teach you.
Yeah.
And I think that at some point you have to do that because that's how you learn. So don't go outside your comfort limits. Have a plan. Know where you're going. If something doesn't feel right, trust your gut.
Yeah.
Because your gut's probably right with that.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've said, I'll just send it through that mud pit and I won't walk it this time, and regretted it,
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic advice, man. Because like you said, you're 100% right, man. It's easy to forget our humble beginnings,
Yes. So. And I still have a lot to learn. I'm no Milton. No Milton or no Mountain Subi or anything else like that.
And they still have stuff that they can learn. It's a never-ending process. Always picking.
No. If somebody says that you're done learning, stay away from them.
Yeah, they're full of crap.
They're dangerous.
We'll never be done picking stuff up. Doesn't matter what profession you're in, what hobby it is. There's always stuff to.
There's always things to learn.
Yeah.
I've never driven on a beach. I don't know how to drive in sand. What I'm trying to say?
There you go.
There's always something you can always pick up and learn.
Yep.
Because there's no beach around me you can drive on. So there's no reason to pull me toward. That's just an example. It's like, don't go and say, you know everything when you don't.
Heck yeah, man. Is there anything that we missed? I feel like I've been talking your ear off for a long time.
But, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I looked through your Instagram while we were talking, and I asked all the questions that popped up as I was scrolling. But I think we hit everything, dude. This was sick.
Yeah.
I'm really stoked because I don't think people really get to, like you said, Instagram is kind of like this weird thing where people just kind of see this like surface thing. They don't really hear much from the people behind, like, the cars and stuff. So this was rad, man, because I can't remember how long I've been following you, but it's been a while, I think. I got a couple of different accounts, but dude, this was so rad, man. Thanks for being willing to do this. I know you were a little hesitant at first, but this was sick. I think a ton of people are gonna be mega stoked on this, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity,
dude. No, man, it's the honor's all mine, sir. And then Is there, so people can find you on Instagram at the Wandering Fozzie, and there's no underscores or
Yes.
anything in there?
Nope.
Straight up. Boom. There we go. And then are you on any other platforms or anything else you want to give a shout out to?
No, just my personal Facebook, but that's it.
Oh man,
I'm not on
we don't want to be on
TikTok
Facebook.
No.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not on anything else.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Social media is such a brain rot time suck, you know? Well, heck yeah, man. Well, dude, I genuinely want to thank you for doing this, man. This was super rad.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Guys, if you made it to the end of the episode, you're an absolute freaking legend. I just want to thank you guys. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do that. If you're listening on Spotify or whatever else, feel free to follow the podcast. Leave a comment too. I love hearing from you guys. You guys could also check out the Lifted Imports website. I've got an article on there that has this whole build kind of laid out. Just if you want to see photos and you want links to some of the different parts that we talked about in this episode, you can head over there and get all that stuff. So we will see you guys soon.